Hello and welcome to Stephen Allen Almost Daily. I'm Stephen Allen. This is a day. What more do you want? Hello, welcome. Sorry for the slight delay in today's stream. YouTube had logged me out. I came up with another idea to do something. Why am I trying to think of ideas of what to do on the show? If anything, it slows us down. And then the cleaner turn up as well. It's an absolute nightmare for me. It's Friday, live and loose, where we like to keep things live and loose.
Friday, live and loose.
ASMR.
Friday, live and loose.
So, it's Friday, live and loose. It's like the normal show, but it's live. And it's loose. Welcome to Friday, live and loose with me, Steve and Alan. Welcome. We're just going to be chatting through some. Just bear with us. I just want to make sure the cleaners made it in. Hello and welcome. If you've never tuned in before, I'm interesting. I'm Stephen Allen. Interesting. And I talk about the news, and I'm doing that today, but it's a live and loose one. No more jingles to run out of those. Oh, look at that. And I think she's in. She's in, ladies and gentlemen. The cleaner is in, and I've already done the parking. We can crack on with today's show. Parking, says M's in the chat. If you want to get involved, there's a chat, youtube.com/@Mr. Stephen Allen. We can see where we start today. Right at the top. What's happening over here? Happy Friday, says Joodles, who's in first. Congratulations. And that wasn't very loud, is it? And not first, says Squirrel. Not first. That's a strange way to know, if anything. It's like if you walk into the fireman will tell you, if you go into a room, back of hand first in case you touch anything electrical. Don't go nut first. Elite says still a podium being in the top 3. Fair play. Yep. Literally, there are no prizes. It's just play along at home. Joodle says not roast. Well, that's what you would do if you walked into a fire searching for electrical wires using nuts first. No. It's sensitive, don't get me wrong. You could pick up lower voltage than most people on the back of their hand, but that's not really the main issue, is it? It's like if you stick your tongue out, you could notice 12 volts that you can't with your hand. But so what? You know what I mean? Joodle says Scotty, thank you. What? Hey, what? Howdy, Steve, says Elite. Great to be here today. It's great. Well, it's all right being here, isn't it? It's been a week. And Mr. Stephen Allen says, here we go. Oh, yeah, it's because I was running late. M says, afternoon all. Howdy, everyone's saying hello to each other. Almost on time, says Kermit. Stephen Allen, almost on time. I'm tapping my timepiece like mad at the moment. Oof. Be careful there. You're going to have one off the wrist if you're not careful. Shafirina. Hey, just because I'm a little bit late doesn't mean I've thoroughly lost the plot. I think, says Squirrel, Little Steve may have resigned. Let's check in with Little Steve. And by that, you know what I mean. Do you know what I mean? Hey, no, where's he gone? What? Oh. Are you trying to log in? Can you bear with? I just need to tell it that I've already logged. Hang on. I've already logged in. Yes, it's me. Flipping. Bloody hell. Bloody hell, fire. We're back. There he is, Little Steve. Like and subscribe while you're at it. What else have we got going on? Surely not. Brit's here. Brit! Welcome back. How are your nuts doing? Maybe it's not Sydney but Morgan Sweeney who watches the show. No, it's Sydney Sweeney who watches the show. I have evidence of this. By the end of today's show, I will show you my evidence. I think we're up to date. Everyone here? Who else is here? Mr. Cuff's here. Joodle's on and off at the moment. What are you talking about? Are you doing a Frankie Howard thing? He offered his honour, she honoured his offer, and all night long he was honour and offer. Do you mean that one? Oh, no, don't. Legs? says Ems, all right, you are lucky this is a day when I decided to wear a trouser area covering. Or unlucky, but probably lucky. Oof! Lucky you putting pants on this morning. Do you know what? I made an effort. Because I thought I might have to log into YouTube again. We're up to date, and so you can get going on that. Shall we start off by taking a swift look at the newspapers? The front pages? Why not? Front pages. Prime Minister failing to defend nation, claims UK Defence Secretary. We covered this on the show yesterday. It happened live on the show. John Healey, he quit. He gone. And then Al Khan's, which we talked about this on GB News the other day, that he's not the most well-known MP. In that if you search for his name, it actually comes up with A&L Taxi Cars, the taxi firm. So he's doing less well in terms of Google ads. Maybe it's changed since we now know about him a bit. It's not great, is it? Because it's that bad. The defence spending review is in, and it's almost like they've not prioritised not being taken over by China or Russia. It's all very well having your welfare, but I imagine you'll end up having less welfare when we're Russian. I'm just guessing. It depends how you view bread queues. But, Joodles, I'm sure it's all going on in the comments. When we knew it happened last time, John Healey, previously on this show, I did a rap about John Healey. And I didn't really remember it. And Joodles kindly sent me the clip of my own show, and I still can't remember what happened in the rap. But fortunately, you don't really need to worry about that. You just do another rap, can't you? Hang on. There's a problem with that. Why can't I hear it? Yeah. It's because I decided to play it. This is what I was doing in the last minute. Don't play it out through that, Steve. Play it out through this. Sounds good, huh? It's a good beat. My name's John Healey, and I'd like to say that I'm quitting today because I can save the day. I read Keir Starmer's defence review. It's a big pile of something that I call poo. 1 to 3%. A GDP, they offer 2.68 by 2013. That spending's offensive. Do they think I'm a moron? Pull your finger out. There's a mother flipping war on. When it comes to defence, you can't be on the cheap, or we'll all be speaking Russian by this time next week. The army's on its ass. Navy's a pile of ships. Only one thing to do. Healey quits. Word. So there's that. As my take on that one. You're up to date. Front page of... Where's the rest of them gone? We can have a look at the... Cash row costs PM his defence minister. Yeah, I think we've already covered this one. There's some football thing going on down there. I tell you what, I'll admit, I don't know that much about football. That men's team looks different to how I remember football when I was growing up. I mean, I know it's 2026 and you can identify as whatever, but... I would be surprised in a Mexican bar, put it that way. No, because you'd think you're just going out on the pull. You think you meet a nice bunch of ladies. Next thing you know, you've done the Mexican men's team. By the end of that, my piece would be set. I know about football. I think we know about football. Kermit says, it's only because the cleaner was coming. Well, just something. We all know what joke I'd do there. Sweeney says, Squirrel, I wasn't going to reach for the glove this early. Bear with. Insert Kenneth Williams gif. Yeah, exactly. I want to be wooed. You can be as wooed as you like with me. Yay. Oh, yeah. Thanks for hyping. I got hype men in the chat thing. That's nice. Epic rapping, says Elite. Thank you. Oh, yeah. That's a rap with a W. Why do I now fancy a vanilla ice baby coffee? Because I also am a bad rapper? Oi. I think you have it. I live on a street. And actually, the place I live is a road. But it's nothing to keep away from my address. Don't dox me. Where do we get to? I need to click on that. More front pages? Should we get stuck into the front pages? So, was there anything else on this one that we needed to look at? How to make your house cyber safe. I can answer that one. We've done that before, haven't we? Windows 11. Do a reboot. Well, then you just basically don't have a computer for 3.5 days. It's very hard to hack into a computer when you're 100% of the way there. Am I, though? Am I? If that's what 100%... £70 tax bill for 50p pill proved hard to... I've not read this one. Should we have a look? It looks interesting, doesn't it? When he was Deputy Chief Medical Officer for England during the pandemic, Professor Sir Jean-Claude Van Damme Tim Tam Van Damme Tam, Professor Sir... That's overkill, isn't it? Come on, get off your high horse. We get it, you got titles. Pick one. Professor Sir Major General Jonathan Van Tam Van Damme. I know anyone who takes that long to fill in the name part of the form is right up their own backside. Do you know what I mean? We just fill in your form here. Oh, can I have an extra sheet for my name? Can I? Got titles. Now he has highlighted an NHS own goal. I know about own goals. I'm quite good at football. Revealing that it tried to spend £70 on a taxi to deliver a 50p tablet to him. Get your own Viagra. Jan Van Tam. Recently, next slide please, I had cause to go to a hospital pharmacy and I required 5 pills. I was given 4 because the pharmacy was out of stock of the 5th tablet. The hospital offered that they would send 1 tablet in a taxi. Depending on the taxi, you can get your own drugs in the taxi, can't you? And in Uber, some of them will provide an array of pharmaceuticals. I knew that the cost of the tablet was at worst 90p, but at best 50p. And it would have been sick. How far away from your own hospital do you live? There's the bigger crisis. Who's a 70 quid taxi drive away from your own hospital? You went to the wrong hospital, you dick. Just call him Penfold. I mean, I didn't realise I could do a Penfold impression, but that was not bad, was it? DM. The DM bit's not so good. I got a message. Sorry, it'll be the cleaner. The flipping cleaner. Stephen, says Elite. I am an Old Moore's Almanac 2026. Getting delivered today. Hard copy too. How do you know it's going to get delivered today? Does it say? They got that right then. Martin's here. Wes, says Joodles. No, says Ems. 2 Joodles. Well done, Ems. Who says what? Who's on first? No relation to Australian Jonathan Tim Tam. Oh, they're good though, aren't they? Oh, I'd suck a cup of tea through him. Just call him Penfold on that one. Elite says, my chemist refused to sell me any more eardrops today. They must have seen you coming, but something about ears, something like that. I bought my mum that in January, Scott. Wasn't Jan Van Tam in Ram Jam? Well, if she wasn't, I know one way to try and get her in. Who's got the spreadsheet? Oh, I've lost it. Roads connect distinct places, i.e. motorways. Streets are urban routes lined with housing businesses. But the street on which I live is a road. Wait a minute. The name of the street is a road. A couple of streets away, there's a place called the Avenue. But it's not even a street or a road. It's a path. But it has got trees on it. So it's not a boulevard. It's got trees. A boulevard would have trees, but an avenue has trees. And it does have trees, but it doesn't have a road. But you're telling me a road, which is a street, isn't a road? Unless it connects things. Roads connect distinct places. Well, there's a pub at that end and there's the main town that way. You can... it is a road then, isn't it? Because it actually can be used for thoroughfare. It's got good through flow. There is a thoroughfare through flow. I'm amazed we managed that down this thing. Awesome. I love it, says Elite to High. I don't know what's happening there. When I worked at Next, we once sent Bob the Builder lunchbox in a taxi to a customer who was complaining. The taxi driver put the seatbelt on it and everything. When you sent in the invoice, did you say, can we bill it? Yes, we can. Crumbs. You wouldn't call the M1 a street, though. Nah, well, I'm not saying... no, I'm not saying that. I'm not saying the roads are streets. I'm saying some streets are roads. All A's are B's doesn't mean that all B's are A's. The Boulevard of Broken Dreams. Listen, it's not that bad, Randy, says Squirrel. And Mr. Cuff says, where there's a street, there's a way. Yeah, also, where the streets have no names. That's not around here. The streets have names. Because they're streets. Is there anywhere where streets actually don't have names? Just because someone knocked down the sign. You're up to date. I've got a headache today as well. I needed that. Right, back into the front thing. No, I didn't sleep well. That didn't zoom in right, did it? The law professor who freely admits I'm a psychopath. Secrets? I think the biggest judgment here is not that you are a psychopath. It's that you don't know what secrets means. Yeah, I wrote this thing in a national newspaper. What was it? Secret? Not that much. Just because it's in the Daily Mail Plus section online, you have to pay for it. It's behind a paywall. Being behind a paywall doesn't make it a secret, you dick. Britain leftward on that one, haven't we? There's a lovely triptych. Joy of Max. Shakira gets party started. You're thinking of Pink in spectacular World Cup opener. Oh, is that Shakira? I would not have recognised her. Well, they're not like mountains, and she was right about that. So football started. More on that later. We'll try and see if we can do something about the football. We've got some football news. Would you like to get stuck into the football news? Let's do it.
Let's get inside the news.
Ding, 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 ding. The news. Right, let's start off. And I'll move it all over here. All over. Should we start with? I don't know. Let's do this one first. Some main news first before we get into the football news. The number of Brits on universal credit for health reasons is up almost 900,000 in a year. Now, some people think this is bad. Correct. But you know how AI is going to take... I was talking with Mark Littlewood about this. So he's very much a free market, popular conservative type chap. And after the show, we were talking. He was asking me... I would like to say picking my brains. That's not what was happening. But let's pretend. He was picking my brains about my considered opinion about AI. I am quite nerdy. I could install a version of Ubuntu right at me, Jaxie. And he was saying, what do I think it's going to do? And I said, look, I think it's going to be big. Because I don't see a way that the world is going to be funded when AI does more of the jobs. But the problem is, it's not like governments own the AI, private companies own the AI. This will be the biggest ever separation between labor and capital. Literally, the capital is now so good, it will replace all the labor. And I think you need a universal basic income. I can't see another way around it yet. It's obviously, and it's naturally distasteful to someone like him. But even he was like, yeah. We'll have to be paid for our hobbies. And I said, well, we kind of already are. That's the lie of society. We pretend we have worth and function in what we do. Magically, it almost covers what you need. There's a bit of a con going on anyway. Do you know what I mean? We could pretend there is a supply and demand thing. It's However, universal basic income, I don't think you'll ever be able to introduce it. But if we all just get fat and unhealthy and then we start being on the old sick, I think that's how universal basic income will happen. Today was the first time I thought about this. Instead of there being some big vote to bring it in, because no one's ever really going to vote for it. It seems mathematically stupid. But if slowly but surely 1 million every year end up on the sick, it's only 70 years until everyone in the country is doing it. So there you go. There's the prediction of the future. Maybe some of this. PM, are you a pigeon? Is he said coo or something? What's happened there? Brit says follow the yellow brick street. But no, because it's just housing, isn't it? The yellow brick road connects two things, doesn't it? It connects where that house now is. No, but who was it? Martin said a street is something that's got housing along it. Well, it has now. She landed a flipping house on it. I mean, it's on top of a witch, but it is still technically residential now. You're right, Britt. I can't believe I judged you. I don't know why I doubted you. Follow the yellow brick street. You're right. Wes Streets has no name. Yep. Oh, I saw someone said Wes. Did someone else do a Wes Streeting joke? Wes Roading. Ooh, that seems painful, doesn't it? Coronation Road. Yep. Industrial estates often have streets with no names. Is that what they were singing about? I want to run, I want to hide in an industrial estate. I know a man needs a hobby, but Bono, you're weirdo. Great shout, Martin. Good point. Yep. Shakira, I hardly knew her. Road food is not as nice as street food, says Proper Memes. Yeah. Avenue food, leafy, like a salad. Martin says, Joodles, just waiting for Steve to pick holes in that argument too. Which argument? I'll do it. No, go on. I'll take the challenge. The phone's going off again. Would this cleaner just do some flipping? You've got your parking done. Right, do you know what? I'm putting the phone on silent. Oh, no, I am. I'm busy here. I don't know, you good people spending your time here. Brit says, yes, you see. Or is it yes, you see? For health, universal credit for health has increased hugely. It's because of the government closed the ESA to swap to UC, universal credit. ESA stands for Easy Street Access, Easy Road Access. It's the same number of people, for God's same, just scaremongering face palm. Yeah. Being a carer for my wife, says Elite, I feel I have a valid role in life. You do, but I don't. Imagine in the future, right, when this is the only thing. AI can do everything else today. AI could also do this. But this will be one of those artisanal crappy things. In the same way that now we can make really good bread. Robots can really nail some good bread, but we pretend. Oh, look, some hipster with a beard. You're going to get hairy bread, but it's up to you, innit? Artisanal will be the main word of the future. This will be an artisanal, authentic, human-made stream. Oh, sounds dodgy, doesn't it? On top of which... Squirrel. On top of a which, that brought back some memories, but on top of which, there's a house by the yellow brick road, on top of which, that made me laugh. Sorry, I was just trying to ring Steve, but he's not picking up. Martin, sorry to hear that. Applying sucks butt. Is that, what are you doing? Is that how you applied? Good God, things are worse than I thought. Another Tor story. We're talking about the browser. Of course, I've got that one available. I'm quite good at tech. Should we get stuck into whatever we're doing next? Oh, we're still inside the news. All right, now on. Done. Ding, 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 ding. This is basically an opportunity for me to make my point of yesterday again. The hotel at the centre of the riots last year has its residents removed. The Essex Hotel, the Bell Hotel, the Bell Curve Hotel. I'm just repeating what I said yesterday. You know, like there's all these protests trying to get migrants out of the hotels. No one likes migrant hotels, and they've been moved to these HMOs. They're just harder to protest outside an HMO. If you protest outside a hotel, it seems like a community movement. If you protest outside an HMO, you're picking on someone's house, and that house will be on a street or a road. I'm not quite sure which. Some of the HMOs are on streets. Some of the HMOs are on roads. And it will be worse if you protest on a street one or a road one. No one knows. Top scientists do not know. The next two stories are somewhat football related. So we have this.
World Cup 2026. Soccer? I hardly knew her.
Football. Football. Like a bit of football. Don't know what that is. Price of drinks is foul. That's a football term. Fans cried foul at the World Cup's opening match after being charged £13.38 for a beer. The 710... Oh, so it's more than a pint, but it's less than 2 pints. It's not a litre. It's a 700... That's my biggest problem here. Thanks for that green flash. This bandwidth of this USB is absolutely sucking death nuts. 710ml can of Michelob at the Estadio Azteca, which I remember when it was in the Crystal Maze, in Mexico City, was 310 pesos, the equivalent of £13.38. What you could do, and hear me out here, I'm going to go on Martin Lewis on your bottom, is not buy that drink. A Corona, it's lost ground after what happened. No, it's like having a beer named Black Plague, isn't it? Do you fancy got a Michelob or an Ebola? Do you want a quick shifty of this Ebola IPA? Do you want some of this? Do you want Ebola? Was £12.50. Buy it then. So, no, do you not get annoyed by some of this cover? Oh, poor old football fans who spend thousands on a ticket and they they have to buy a kit. It's really expensive, and they don't want to not wear the kit. Just don't, then. Yeah? I'd love a Fabergé egg. Do you know what? I ain't got one right here right now. You can look around if you want. I'll show you the side cam. There ain't no Fabergé. Ooh, nice bit of table right there. There's no Fabergé around here. Do you know what? I can't afford one, so I didn't buy one. That's the inverse supply and demand. Supply and no demand. Yeah. Where did I go? Let's see. No, because I know we've got a lot of good footballing fans in here. Let's see if we've started a row yet. Squirrel says, football! Football! Joodles, house of multiple occupancy, Martin. Sorry, HMO, yeah. I only have called them HMOs because I talked about that, house of multiple occupancy, and I either called it that when someone thought it was multiple occupation. I think it was that way. House of multiple occupancy. And someone, instead of just tweeting in after a GB thing going, isn't it house of multiple occupation? Just went, get it right, you absolute idiot. All right, calm down. Also, I think it is occupancy is the measure of how many people in there. Occupation is a job. You absolute penis wad. But I didn't reply like that. Football news, football snooze, says Brit. That's the next jingle. Thank you. Beers are expensive, though. Beers, yeah. Bartering economy at the World Cup. The price of a pint is foul. Foul. Sounds like a black market economy. An Ebola. Have a swift Ebola. You want a cheeky half of Ebola? Just going to have a little... Oh, you should taste this dengue. I fancy something Hawaiian, like a Pokebola. There will be a Fabergé egg in someone's handbag if you really want. Well, I'm not going through handbags. Loving the World Cup, and it's only just begun. Yeah, hasn't it? How long's it gone for? I think it's forever, isn't it? I looked in the diary. Joodle says maybe that's why the dino handbag was 500,000 squids. Because it had... No wonder they went extinct if they were laying those eggs. Not because you're not going to get any hatchlings out of them, but imagine passing that one through. Cheeky point of draft bubonic plague. It's artisanal, though, Martin. It's an artisanal bubo plague. What's this one? Not too keen on look. Roy Keane was brutally mocked by internet wags, but not those kind of wags. Why say wags when you're dealing with football? For wearing shorts during ITV's world coverage. Not that much coverage, eh? He's crossed his legs. What's wrong with that? Viewers were quick to comment on the ex-Man City hardman's, well, not that hard, not in those shorts, seriously dodgy casual outfit. It's football. Would you expect suit wearing? It's kicking a ball around. Honestly, it almost qualifies as a rant of the day, but I'll let it go. And that was today's football coverage.
World Cup 2026. Soccer? I hardly knew her.
Mr. Cuff says, if England win the World Cup, will they be allowed to fly the flag when they get home? Yeah, for a brief period. I think you have to get written permission. Also, isn't it... We all have to pretend that it's really likely that Scotland's going to do well because they actually get one game. I mean, maybe more. It's not more, is it? But we're not allowed to say that yet. 2 girls and 1 World Cup. That, I'll have a look later. I'll have a look. I'm not sure they're all girls, though. It's Mexico. Some of them at the start. They would have passed. In weather news, El Niño is already here. El Niño has arrived, and experts fear it could rival a climate event linked to 50 million deaths. No, all right, that's not as good as I thought. I thought it was a story about nice weather. Boffins have declared the climate pattern active after Pacific Ocean temperatures rose above the trigger threshold. I don't understand. I've got a headache. The phenomena can disrupt weather around the world. I think it's quite scary that they've called it El Niño, because for me, I imagine there's a sword involved. I am El Niño. It's the last thing you'd see before you're being picked off, yeah? El Niño. Back when I had the moustache that went all the way down there, that should have been my character. Why did no one tell me to do that? A spokesman for the National Oceanic and Atmospheric... Well, all right, cover your bases. Do you mean all of it, then? Oh, we pay attention to all of the oceans and all of the air. Why are we got to be such a dick about the land? Because the air gets really close to the land. It touches it. It butts against it. I don't want to fully go into the definition of a fluid gas for you, but basically you are going to get that atmosphere touches the ground. It just feels like it's spiteful, isn't it? We really care about the ocean and the atmosphere. Oh, what about the land? You know what I mean? Know what I mean? I don't think you do, do you? Someone's getting nutted. Whee. El Nino, the climate child that's Greta's. And El Nino is definitely a Disney village. For a small boy, El Nino has a big effect. Well, I am El Nino, prepared to die. He went French there towards the end. He's travelled. He might be a swordsman assassin, but he's been around. The land registry have the market cornered there. Between the two of them, if they teamed up, the land registry and the Department of Waters and Gases, or whatever they were called, absolutely covered it all. Have they? Water, air, land, caves. Slimming pill given go ahead. A pill version of weight loss drug Wegovy has been approved for use. This is what we need the Ko-fi.com for. Now there's no needles involved. A pill, I could be slim and back on telly. A once weekly Wegovy jab was cleared by the Medicines and Healthcare and Seas and Oceans Products Regulatory Authority. However, the drug, there's bad news, which can help patients lose up to 17% of their body weight, will initially be available from regulated private providers and not the NHS. No, good, yeah. No, don't give it to the people who need it. Good God, no. No. It's private regulated, yeah, the ones that I could go to and fake my BMI. Yeah. Can we get some of that? Honestly, Ko-fi.com/Mr. Stephen Allen. And then you would enjoy seeing me going over to Little Steve. In fact, I'd be Little Steve. This guy over here, you'd barely see him. Top of the morning. Hello there. Hello there, by the way. Wagwan, man. Don't know why he does that. Joodle says the girl. El Nino. El Nina. El Nina. Greta would be El Nina. Yeah. Landism. Exactly. Oh, it makes me sick. I'm a landist. Well, okay, it doesn't make me that sick, says Squirrel. Proper memes to Joodle. Have you seen her latest haircut? She looks like they, them, man. You don't need a slimming pill half as much as I do. Well, I'll fight you for it. And by the sounds of it, I'll win. You're a big man, but you're out of shape. For me, it's a full-time job. Department of Water and Gases, a great nickname for a nightmare boss. It wouldn't surprise me in the slightest if she went down that road. Is it a street, Joodles? Can we look into this first before you start throwing around these accusations? The landed gentry, or the landed Ben Folds. Ben Folds 5, yeah. What are we doing? Oh, fat story, Fatbergs. No, there must be another one. Oh, let's do this. Let's jump ahead slightly to the world of entertainment news. It was in the big plug at the start. It's Sweeney news. Time for some Sydney Sweeney news. She's Sweeney. She's Sweeney. So, Taylor Swift, I know they're different, sure, was doing a thing where she was at a basketball. Famous people were there for some sort of a basketball cock-a-hoop. So it's either basketball or chicken fights. I don't know. Whatever sport these famous people are into. But they're up here, I believe. I didn't recognise her because I don't, but Sydney Sweeney was on a scooter. And nothing wrong with that. Made by Braun. Fair enough. No wonder she's got nice hair. But look what she's wearing. She must watch the show and she thinks, yeah, this guy thinks he's funny, but he's onto something with these outfits. Literally, she must have tuned in and thought, it turns out Blue Roll Blue is my colour. You're welcome, Sydney Sweeney, if that is your real name. Ding, 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 ding. Look, you could barely tell the difference. Sydney Sweeney looking great. There she is. Look at that. Look at that. And all thanks to this show. You're welcome, Sydney. Do, do, ba, do, she's Sweeney. She's Sweeney. Do, do, ba, do, ba, do. Done. Glove on. Sid the squirrel's got his glove of self-love. The mitten of being smitten, or whatever. Where do we go to? That was decades ago at Uni PM. I'm a good girl now. Who did what? The who, what, the who, what? That's my philosophy. So, which one Kerms? I have to read backwards. Kerms said, landed gentry, but no, where's Kerms? God, this is harder than it looks. His mum was a fan of The Muppet Show, as was mine. All right, well, I'm glad we stopped to take a look at those. What's up next? This one. Doctor, no, nothing. Callum in dark over Bonroll. Bookie's favourite to be, I just kicked the table, to be the new James Bond Callum Turner is finding all the speculation weird and amusing. The Brit star, who recently wed Dua Lipa. This is why I say no. Who should be James Bond? Not this guy. No. No. I know you're thinking, why is it no, Stephen? To that I say no. No. But why no? No. But why is it you don't? No. No one should have that much luck. He recently wed Dua Lipa and now is the favourite to be James Bond. The universe can't hold this, that he's getting all that luck. What about the rest of it? If you could spread out the joy of landing the role of James Bond and landing the joy of Dua Lipa. She taught me Italian, for crying out loud. Have we got no respect? How is he managing to do... It's not right. It's not okay. It's not right. No. Because I don't get to do... Jet takes off with snake... This one, flipping heck. Picture of a snake. Just in case you don't know what one is. It's useful. You do need to know what a snake is to get this story. A holiday jet with an escaped snake on board took to the skies again yesterday with the reptile still not found. What? Travellers boarded a TUI 6 a.m. flight to Dubrovnik, Croatia, with no idea the creature was at large. You know that the advert for TUI, I don't know, says TUI. Actually, so it's TUI, isn't it? We cross the T's and dot the I's and put you in the middle. That's their slogan-y thing, right? I'll tell you what I can... Crossing the T's and dotting the I's is a phrase that we use to mean like making sure you got the details covered. I'll tell you one detail I expect... The one thing I expect an airline to not do. We'll just have a little look over to make sure there are no escaped snakes on there. There was literally a film about this. You know the Samuel L. Jackson point of view on this one? The... Get the mother beep snakes off this mother beep plane. I'm on his side on it. It comes after the... No, I don't care about that bit. Oh, it's from Mexico, so it could be a male or a female snake. You can't tell with some of those pictures. TUI grounded the flight but could not find the stowaway in 6 days, and it said it must be dead or slithered away. An insider told The Sun it was costing too much. Yeah, do you not think it might cost a bit more when you get sued because someone got bit on the dong? Do you not remember that bit from the film? That's it. I'm never weeing on a plane ever again. Great. Thanks. Thanks, TUI. Crossing the T's and kissing my backside.
Daily Rant.
Good point, Hi-Ho Kermit. She's TUI Leaper now that she's married. Yep. Snakes on a plane is more my bag. Snacks on a plane is more my bag. Get these mother... snacks off this mother beep plane. Chewy flights are my favorite. They are, what is in like, I can't do it. It's the one Star Wars impression my lad keeps saying, can you do Chewbacca? No, I can't do Chewbacca. What more do you want? I do a very good Yoda. I do a pretty good Darth Vader. Me Alex Guinness is neither here nor there, is it? But what do you flipping want, man? I do a Jar Jar Binks, but I think it's racist these days. Tiny Steve for Bond 100%. Like and subscribe. It is. Still good, isn't it? Look at that. Still slightly bleached out. I'll admit it's still. It was just an ordinary day in the office. I was trying to write jokes about the news. One about Keir Starmer. When you're being attacked by your defense secretary, something's gone wrong. That's like being told to go away by your home secretary. Needed work. It was then a dame walked in. Her legs were so long, her ponytail was coming out of her butt crack. It just meant that her hairdresser needed to use gloves and charged a little extra. I knew she was trouble the minute she walked in, because she took a dump on the couch. Anyway, where do we get to? Yeah. Where do we get to? Those Mexican airlines do need draft excluders. The brown snake. That sounds like a Google search term. Thinks it's a proper meme. Well, if that's what you do. I love these pie pieces. They're set, aren't they? Thanks. That's what I think, Ellie. My pieces are fully 3.1 for. Don't memorize it. It goes on forever. OPI. Not OPI. What else we got? I think we've done all the good ones. Maybe it's just the tune I'm in today. How have they managed to now make them wider? I changed it so it fits. Saying please and thank you to AI chatbots is a waste of energy, says experts. If we skipped niceties, it could save us up to 1.21 gigawatt. I'm sure in 1985 you can get plutonium in every shop on the high street, but in 1960... if we skip the niceties, you get 98 gigawatt hours a year. Good point. Such an amount would power a city, such as Leicester. I'm not sure I want to power Leicester. I think you could have sold me on it up until that bit. Do you know what I mean? Don't say please and thank you to that. Yeah, sure. Yeah. It could power Leicester. Thanks, Gemini. It's also a waste of energy saying please and thank you to people. Can we just admit that? It's nice, but it's technically a waste of energy, isn't it? Niceties are a waste of energy, and we just have to because of the hoops you have to jump through for people. Steve Allen Noir. Yeah. It's an Aerosmith B-side. Is it? Right, what are we up to? Do you say please and thank you? I use a lot of the chatbots these days. And whenever I've got grok to do a picture of someone in a bikini, I always say thank you. No, I've been using a lot of Claude recently because I've got a laptop down here and it's a small 11-incher, right? And it's hang on, why is it taking this long?
Has been set.
Yep. And the display drivers aren't working in Linux. The Windows is absolutely fine in Linux. So I've been chatting with Claude to try and get to the bottom of why we're having a problem with that. No, I've now stopped saying please and thank you to it. I'm not doing any. It says like run this thing in terminal and what's the output. I just copy and paste the output. I don't even say like, here it is. I think the future, everyone will be on universal credit and we will be the rudest people you've ever seen. If you could do a busted and travel to the year 3000, what a bunch of grumpy people we are who never leave the front door. I'm looking forward to it. I'm ahead of my time. I'm very polite to my AIs always. Yeah. What about your PIs? When Doc said gigawatt, I thought he made up a new measurement. Back then, we didn't really understand the prefixes, the prefaces, did we? The prefaces, the prefeces. We were no good at those. The other day, I was talking about there was a story about microfeminism, and I was saying it's good because you had feminism. Now micro, you expect nano, and eventually femto feminism. The looks on the faces of people around me, like I was talking to the wrong crowd. Ems says, we tell the kids they have to say please and thank you to Alexa. Why? Do you hate the planet? I just want to see it all burn. Is that what it is? Is that your point of view on this? I think the sweepstake may have been abandoned, Ems. So we won't have to fight over Cape Verde. You keep mentioning Cape Verde, and I'm starting to think it's not a good team. I'm acute to these things. I'm tuned in. I think you're having me on. I think that's a fart, says Hi-Ho. It says, why? What's... That's fine, Joodles. I don't think his heart was in it. I've still got it. I've got it here. I've got it. Do you want to do it? We can try and do it. Let me know in the comments if you'd like to be in the sweepstake. If you say that, we'll do a draw. I will randomly allocate the teams to whomever gets in touch and says yes, and then we'll find other ways of getting the other teams dished out. We've got plenty of time, haven't we? This thing's not over until 2029. Let me know. I bet microfeminism upsets little Steve. Hello! But he seems to be okay with this xenophobic accent. Meanwhile, rat kidneys have been successfully grown in mice, offering hope for folks waiting for transplants. If you're waiting for a transplant of a rat kidney, just take one from a rat. No, because it feels like... Why do you want a rat kidney? What kind of a hygiene rating has your restaurant got? Why don't you just take it from a rat instead of taking it from a mouse? Are you worried that you'd lose the fight? Yeah, I reckon I could probably kill a mouse, but not a rat. Just then be a vegan. This is not for you. This is... Sit this one out, chum. Also, I'm always upset about how much cutting-edge healthcare the mice get. They get the very latest... No, honestly, you could be about to cark it, and no experimental drug. NHS would be like, oh, I've done one of those nice board things and worked out you're not worth the money we could spend on you. Meanwhile, there's a mouse over here with an ear on its back. How's that happen? You know, if you lost your ear, would they grow one on your back? No. Whereas old Tabby McTat over here, the only mouse to ever need, like, Pat Butcher earrings, living it up. And I know that mouse has been around for a while, and I've always thought, I don't want to say bad things about it, because it could definitely hear you. From across the room, you'd look at that one over there, no, the one with it. You're talking about me! Steak and rat kidney pie, but pie is in 3.1. Yeah, good point. Pre-feces says, all food is, in a sense, Kermit. Terribly fluid pieces were detected. What's happened here? I think that's a fart. Is that on the same topic? I think that's a fart. I got the intonation wrong. I always do that on this show. I do apologise. Kermit, is that how you said it? I think that's a fart. You'd better check before you leave the house. Mice are getting free healthcare and snakes are getting free flights. This flipping Sadiq Khan's London. They're already testing pig kidney transplants for humans. Well, that's all very well for the rats. That'll be a weight off their mind. The mice are experimenting on us through, remember, according to the guide. Oh, no, yes, I've not saw that as I'm old now. I can't remember things I saw in my 20s. I could definitely hear you. Oh, it could definitely hear you. Of course it could. Imagine you walk into that laboratory and all you hear is a little mouse going, shh. Sorry. ASMR. Shh. This one. Killjoys will not let us race. Good. No, solid headline. Council Spoil Sports have axed a children's snail race after animal rights activists claimed it was cruel. Some of them enjoy the race. No, because if they're not racing, what are you going to do with them? Like, just put them out in a field? Actually, they'd love that. They'd flipping love that, wouldn't they? The fun event dubbed the slowest show on Earth. I don't know. Series 3 of Lost. See what it says. See what we got here. Was due to be part of the Green Week to celebrate action challenging climate change. Do we need a verb in that? It feels like there's not a lot. Celebrate. Organisers had even come up with what they said was the world's first electronic snail racing board. To get kids interested. I don't think that was going to be the thing. You're going to go and watch the snail racing? They've got a new board. But officials in Nottingham pulled the plug. Well, the electronic board's not going to work then, is it? Oh, that's got to be... shouldn't be trusted with stories. Can't talk sense, can I? How long we got? Crap. All right, we'll do these quickly. Watchdog to examine parent fee. Ryanair is being probed over charging parents to sit with their children. I would have thought you'd make more money by charging parents to not sit with their children. It would be like 50 quid for the flight, but for an extra tenner you could sit nowhere near your kids. I'll have it. John, to priority boarding? No. Slow me. They can have it. I will buy them priority boarding. I will wait, because I'm like that. I'm kind. Do you want to sit near your family? No. That's fine. How much do I have to pay extra for that? An extra 20 for the acting chops finish? What the hell's that? As a callback. A woman enjoying a lunchtime sarnie threw a crust to a pigeon and was fined £150. Holly Piper, 36, 24, 36, said she was approached by two council enforcement officers as she stood watching the birds peck at the treat. Can we just... You know, if it's going to get eaten, then it's gone. That's not even littering, is it, by then? Let's find out what she was done for. Because these kind of schemes are for the birds. Mm-hmm. I think that's a fart. They gave her a ticket for littering. Yeah, look, exactly. It's not littering if it's about to be eaten. Litter has to remain there, doesn't it? Unless the two types of littering you can do is throw something on the floor that remains there, or if you're a cat and you pop out babies, you can also fine them, but they can't really pay the fine, so I don't know why you'd even bring that up. English tutor Holly of Ealing, West London, said, I gave the pigeons the crust of my tuna sandwich, and out of the corner of my eye, I saw some blokes coming towards me. Thought your lucky day's in. You absolutely loved it. I've had my phone nicked before and turned to run away. Then I saw their black uniforms. Not sure that would make me slow down. It was horribly confusing because I didn't think I'd done anything wrong. No, I don't think either. All the crust was gone. So, in a sense, if you'd have thrown the crust on the floor and the pigeons hadn't eaten it, I would have fined the pigeons for littering. I feel like yeah, you go mad. Of course you go mad. Something, some kind of coup. We've got here, they're avian and laugh. They're avian and they're Martin, thank you. Litterboxing says proper memes. Joodles says, did you even eat it, PM? Road food, I see. Had to know then. Hi-Ho Kermit says, you'd think it would be cheaper to put kids with the relevant appropriate adults than pay for the lawsuits. Yeah, you would. But I still foresee issues. Don't forget anti-racism. They love that too, says Kermit. Good point, well made. Pigs are indeed the best. Well, I'm taking a vote. Non-Stick Nick's here. Says cool. Pig Ians. Yep. What's his name? Kerridge has got a burger that costs you 27 quid. TV chef, but not that TV. TV chef Tom Kerridge has come under fire for charging £27.50 for a burger. The thing the only rant I was going to do about that is it's not about the price. You know, rich people be tripping anyway. They'd be spending their money on be stupid things. Start making burgers taller. Do you know how mouths work? You can make it wider. And I suppose then we'll be talking about the radius, and then we're back to pi, and it's all going to get confusing. You know what this show's like. But don't do it this way. If the burger is a cylinder, don't increase your R, not your H. You penis wad. Because you can't fit around it, can you? I'm sick of having to then eat in different... You might as well order, can I have some bread, some burger patties, and some slightly oily lettuce, please? Why do you want that? Well, that's how it's going to flipping be, innit? That's what my dinner's going to be. Can I just have a slice of tomato to just nibble? Why do you want that? Because that's how I'm going to have to eat the flipping thing. I've got to take it in stages. And finally, Gen Zs don't drink tea anymore. So, you're up to date. No one said they want to be in the sweepstake. So we'll do this on social media. Get in touch at Mr. Stephen Allen. If you'd like to be in this is the organizer's chat. I'm the organizer. Get in touch and I will randomly allocate a team, a country. Are they all countries? Is that how it works? No, I feel like we're checking. Because England, but we are, aren't we? But also we're not. Do you know what I mean? So we're not UK. Why are we not GB? Germany, I'm just checking if they got Turkey in there, because if they've called it Turkey, I'm throwing this list away. All right, no, Iraq's in there. Good luck. So if you get in touch on social media at Mr. Dr. Congo. Dr. Congo, I presume. England, Panama. So it's not just countries, it's also cigars. Croatia, I barely knew her. Get in touch. Burger Patty, I know her, says Squirrel. Noah, I bet. Patty, I bet. Turkey, I barely knew him. Ski jumping burgers. You need to unhinge your jaw like a snake. That's the problem. And then it'll be in your throat, widthways, like that. That's not... Whose tuppence do I get for the bag? The tone. What kind of bag does it have to be? Good point. Steep snakes on a plane. See, it was Dr. Kanga, 1973's Live and Let Die. That's quieter than it should be. It's bound to be a G, isn't it? Christ! Damn it. I would say you're paying for this, but you might not be. Kofi... Oh, we didn't even do the advert, did we? Due to the unique way that this show is funded... I woke up this morning. I went to the loo. Then I went to the shed and did a show on the internet. Looking at all the news, and what can I do? I got the doing a show on the internet. You need to go to kofi.com/Mr. Stephen Allen to give me some money blues. I said it's true. I got a doing a show on the internet. And you need to go to kofi.com/Mr. Stephen Allen and give me some money there blues. Agam Blues in the key of G. Sorry, sat down and had a little cough then. I think that's about the time all the time I got for. I'm sure I must have made something else here. No, I made three. Have I played you 3 pieces of production today? Meanwhile, there's also this. Hi, I'm Stephen Allen. Wrong piece of paper. Try that again. Hi, I'm Stephen Allen, and these are the places where you could see me this week. Damn it! Hi, I'm Stephen Allen, and if you want to know where I might be working this week, then we use this one. But plugs. We're doing that right now. Tomorrow, 6 a.m. They've confirmed that I am doing the newspaper review from 6 on GB News. There won't be the hit at 9:40 because the show's finishing early because the king is getting his roots done. He's having his colours touched up. He's trooping I don't know. He's doing something. There you go. And then they've still not confirmed it. I don't think I'm on Times Radio. I think because they asked me to fill in a gap when someone pulled out, that I'm not getting extra work. I think they just moved my monthly appearance. I'd rather would have been paid twice. And then holiday. And I'm off on holiday, so no shows next week. How will you cope? I'm sure you'll. If you do wish to get upset and cry, I've got one of these going. If you want, hang on. I just need to. I think it was a fart. We've done. Oh, what have we done? We've done something. Holiday, celebrate. Yeah, well, no, I'm not sure. We'll find out, won't we? Thank you for today's fab stream. Got a zip off, says Elite. TTFN, Stephen, and everyone have a super holiday. Thank you. I'll try. Plugs for all the family. I am available for cheesy voiceover work. The joy of plugs. Blue Roll. No, it is indeed. He's like a one-man band. One man should be, but no, one-band man. Hang on. Dreamer. Fill in the gaps when someone pulled out. Yeah. Happy Holly Bob, says Brit. Thank you, Brit. And are we thoroughly up? Oh no, Proper Meme sent me one as well. Hang on. Bear with. I don't know about you. What happens? He sent me this story. Proper Memes. Just a tip. Green Party proposes ban on circumcision. And it's interesting because, do you know, it's the first policy I'd listen to them. I think it feels weird. You know, I was saying the other week about I'm not sure we should have any exemptions for religious reasons at all. The top of the tree law, lower than that religion. Let's not let one of these things come around there and be like, oh, but my religion says that law. Don't have. I got diplomatic immunity. That's effectively what they're saying. So because if it were not for religious reasons, I just like cutting a bit of dick. You wouldn't be allowed it. But it does mean, I think we need the side cam for this. It does mean we need to go Griff Rhys Jones and Mel Smith, which I realise I look more Mel Smith, but I sound more Griff Rhys Jones. What's all that then and all that then with all that, circumcision? Well, it's no scared off my nose, is it? Put that on the list. What's happened? Yeah. I wanted a new frock. How big is the foreskin? What's happening here? It's a shame we're not getting a sweepstake. Oh, you are getting a sweepstake. I was looking forward to Steve signing a blue roll for the. Hey, I'll personalize a bit of blue roll for you. That sounds personal for Zach Polanski. Of course it is. Yeah. Well, it's no skin off his nose. What's no skin off his nose, is it? Well, what's that then and all that then and all that then? I wanted a new frock. Oh, the blue. Oh, because I can make you a blue roll outfit. I am Britain's leading blue roll fashion designer. Definitely. In as much I am in a group of only one. But within that group, I'm the best. You need a 2-cam split view for that skit. Well, obviously, what's all that then and all that then? Well, obviously, as I've got older, my Griff Rhys Jones has got a bit more Andy Parsons. But what can you do? You're right. I could do a two clam split. That's not what you need on this show. It's kind of what we've already got, though. You get the show that you deserve, not the show that you necessarily want. Thank you very much for watching. We're off next week. We'll be back the week after. Alan says, Steve, just wanted to say, enjoy your holiday. And John Sessions sounded... John Sessions sounded like Griff Rhys Jones on Whose Line Is It Anyway? Did in front of his face. Oh. What's all that then and all that then? The new Vauxhall Corsa. He did an advert for Vauxhall, didn't he? We could have a Mock the Week with Steve doing all the comedians. Well, I don't think they're but the ones that I have done. There's a bit... Let's not finish that joke. Mainly, I'll just open micers. Hey. Thank you very much for watching. I think I've done all the things that I needed to do. Ko-fi.com/Mr. Stephen Allen if you'd like to keep a brother afloat. You can also become a member. Become a massive member by doing something on YouTube. I don't really know what it is. I wasn't even logged into YouTube when I started the show for some damn reason. And I'm going to go and see if the cleaner's actually done anything. Till next time, bye. I don't know, man. I think the show's reached the end of the road or street. I can't remember which.